What's going on, everyone? Gilman with Wellthy Stocks back with our daily Apple update video where we take a look at how Apple stock traded today, key levels of support and resistance that we are looking at moving into the future, and based on that, what we think Apple stock could do. So real quick, if you enjoy videos like this, don't forget to hit that like button down below, subscribe to my channel if you are new, and comment down below what your thoughts on Apple are, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. So let me go ahead and hit record. We'll get right into the video. Real quick, if you like what I'm using here, I'm using Webull, link in the description to sign up. We will get some free shares, but let's get right into the video. So Apple had itself a nice green day, up $3.40 on the day, which is about 2.83%. Now, if you take a look at yesterday's video, right, my weekly Apple update, in there, I talk about a couple things on why I'm bullish on Apple in the long term, right? So we talked about wearables growth, year-over-year growth we're seeing. And then we also talked about an article that came out with an analyst last week, increasing their price target and having a bull case of $225 on Apple. So not only did they increase their price target from the 160s to the 170s, but they also, right, talked about a bull case of 225 and a bear case of 90. Bear case of 90, as I pointed out in my video yesterday, isn't as much of a fall, nearly as much of a fall as the upside of kind of that 225 bull cases, right? One of the reasons why I stay bullish on Apple. So again, if you haven't checked that video out, feel free to do that. If you want more of kind of the why rather than kind of the technical analysis, which is what we do in the daily videos. And then another thing that I want to cover here is the Apple iPhone sales will stay strong, as an analyst talks about, right? So you guys remember that Apple's iPhone 12 was very, very widely anticipated because it was the first 5G iPhone with capabilities that would, likely cause people to upgrade, causing a kind of super cycle, right? Where a lot more people than typical would be upgrading. And the idea was it would be kind of a one-time thing. So now what we're talking about here is, and then we also saw some reports of iPhone productions getting slowed, but that was mostly related to the iPhone 12 mini. So let's take a look at this article here real quick. So Apple's supply chain remains on track to produce between 56 and 62 million iPhones in the March quarter. And they're talking about the June quarter having it in the mid 40 million range, right? And they're talking about the super cycle theory, and that the debut of the iPhone 12 would support a long period of strong sales. They continue to pound the table with that idea. So that's what we're talking about here, you guys. They're talking about Apple producing 220 million iPhones in the September 2021 fiscal year, which again, Apple's fiscal year, remember, ends in September, and then October starts the new fiscal year. And the bull case would be as high as $250 million, right? So Apple does report revenue by product line, but not unit volumes. So then, there's some back calculation that needs to be done. That's what we're talking about here. And the initial projection for iPhone 3 is 100 million units, up from the 80 million unit production for the iPhone 12. So again, great things to look at here. Are these estimates, again, to kind of sum it up, 56 to 62 for the March quarter, 40 million for the June quarter, and the fact that iPhone 13 projections are about 100 million, which are more even than the iPhone 12, which was 80 million. All great news. Hopefully we see that reflected in the stock price over the course of the long term. So let's take a look at how Apple stock traded today. We'll take a look at key levels of support, key levels of resistance, as we always do. So right out of the gate, right, we saw a little push down. Right back up. We struggled here for a little bit, as you could see, right? Went above, came below, went above, came below, hit up against it. Finally broke above the 121, mid 121s level right there. And we started to push up, came back down, pushed up. Again, perfect, like textbook. Our levels have been great. Keep saying this over and over again. You take a look here. Where do we go up till 123.77? About 8-9 cents more than our level. Came right back down, push up. Again, getting rejected, came down, finally barely broke above it. And even then you can argue that we got rejected because it's only above it by like 18 cents. And then we came right back down to 123.02, which is kind of where we were right there. And then we pushed up into the close, falling a little in the after hours. So what do we see from this? This level, that was our first level to break through. We broke through. Clearly got rejected by the second level in the 123.69, right? Once we went up by like 9 cents, once we went up by like 18 cents. But the point being that we are still, pushing at that level. So let's take a look at, key levels of support, key levels of resistance. Maybe we get an idea of where Apple could be headed next. So we are right here, again, hit up right against this level. I talked about a couple things in my video yesterday, one of them being that I want Apple to hit this 126 mark, hopefully sometime this week. Remember that we hit it briefly last week, broke 127s and then fell right down, right? So that's what I want Apple to do, but I'm okay with it happening slowly. So that was kind of, today was a great kind of push towards that level, right? Broke 121.50s, got rejected by this. Tomorrow, what I'd like to see is this 123.69 level tested again. Hopefully we break that level and then we push towards the 126 level. Now, that's what I'm looking at on the upside, right? I break up 123.69 and then 126.65. If we see a little bit of a push down though, 121.48 is the first level that I'm looking at. Then I'm looking at the low of today, which is 120.26 before the 119 level. So again, if we go down, 121.48 is that first level to look out for. But more than that, more than anything, what we want is this line right here, this 89 EMA, which is at 124.86. We need to capture that. I've been saying that over and over again. We did briefly get above it last week. Unfortunately though, that only held about a day. So what we need to do is we need to not only get above the 124 level, 124.86, we need to close above it, which means the day needs to end, and then we need to continue to be above it. I don't want to close one day and then be below it the very next day. That's not the purpose of that line. The line should hold up as good support. So I'm hoping for a gradual push up. Maybe we even see it tomorrow. It's only about $1.50 away. 124.86 is my first kind of goal, and then I want to see a push towards the 126.60s. Maybe we see that tomorrow. Maybe we take a breather tomorrow and we push up. But I'm talking about this week. First kind of goal is 124.86, then 126.65. Hopefully we have enough momentum to even break through 126.65. But the market's been kind of up and down lately. One day of bond yields going up can really drive us down. So I'm going to stay cautiously optimistic. Again, as long as I've been making these videos, I've said the same thing over and over again. I'm bullish on Apple, continue to hold my shares. I've got even a long call that's down about, I think 35-40%. I've talked about continuing to hold. Now, is that good practice? Probably not, right? I should have cut it at the 20% as I'd planned. But my kind of theory on this right now is I'm going to give another week or two, right? If Apple pushes up back to 127, I'm only going to be down 20%. If Apple can make it past 130, I'm down maybe 5 or 10%, right? But I've got until July. That's the one thing that, you know, I'm happy that I bought myself some time. I've got until July on that call, so I'm not super stressed yet, right? I've got 4 months, I think. So that's what I'm, you know, kind of okay with being down. You know, that being said, I'll obviously make your own decisions. Don't hold because I'm holding. I'm bullish on Apple. I'm selling covered calls every week, $50-$60 for holding my shares because Apple has not been doing anything, as you could see, for a while. There's not a lot of credit, otherwise it'd be pretty good to iron Condor. But you know, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at, you guys. Capture of the 89 EMA. Today we got rejected by the 21, kind of at the 123s, but we'll see how that goes. As always, I'll keep you guys posted on daily Apple update videos. Let me know what you guys are doing with Apple. Hopefully we see a rally this week, continued rally. Hopefully we see the S&P pushing up. I know it's been you know, it's pretty nicely bullish today, right? Bounced off of 21, pushed up, got as high as the 394s. Of course, we got rejected and came right back down perfectly again from our lines, right? Take a look at the top end of that line. So if you guys follow my videos, right, look at these levels. That's the whole kind of purpose of these videos. I'm not drawing a line that just says Apple's going to go back to 200, right? I like to point out exactly what I'm looking at. And then another thing that I'm gonna point out is if Apple goes back to 145 sometime this year, it's about 17-18% on your money, and that's on a company like Apple, right? Not you know, a random growth stock. So that's why I continue to hold Apple. I see a lot of potential. I see a lot of growth. I keep talking about it over and over again, but that's what I'm seeing. So thought I'd share with you guys. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to my channel, comment down below what your thoughts on Apple are, and I'd love to chat with you guys down there. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day, and until next time.